Good news, everybody. There are several new relief programs across the country that have been created to provide you with more financial aid this year. Hundreds, if not thousands of Americans can expect to see a new stimulus check by the end of this month, and many people are receiving an extra $2,500 in rebate checks this summer. So, a large number of states have already approved stimulus payments, everybody, for their residents just this year alone. Qualifying citizens across the United States will either receive checks based on distribution delays in 2022 or the launching of a new crisis relief program. Congress has already allocated about $2.5 trillion in payments to U.S. households during these days of the crisis. Now, due to the passing of the CARES Act, each individual received 3 rounds of payments totaling about $1,200 each plus $500 per child. The program has concluded this in 2021. Early this year, the IRS said that refunds may be smaller in 2023 based on several factors, including taxpayers that are not eligible to receive an additional stimulus payment with their tax refund. The agency has also confirmed that residents in most states don't need to report state payments on their 2022 tax return. Citizens in Georgia, Massachusetts, South Carolina, and Virginia will not include special state tax refunds if they do meet the certain requirements. One of the first batches of stimulus checks expected to be sent out next month are for the residents of New Mexico. They will start receiving income tax rebates of up to $1,000 beginning in June, and the state will send the payments to residents who have filed their tax returns, and single filers receive $500 while joint filers are in line for $1,000. Those who filed their taxes electronically or opted to receive the tax refund electronically will get the rebate checks as a direct deposit too. Direct deposits will begin to hit bank accounts on June 16th, and checks will start beginning to be sent out. But Rhode Island is taking a proactive approach to promoting sustainable transportation and reducing the greenhouse gas emissions with the launch of a state incentive program, folks. It's aimed at encouraging residents to purchase electric vehicles, and the program has already provided $1.25 million in funding to environmentally conscious drivers in the state. So under this electrical vehicle program, Rhode Island residents can receive up to $2,500 in rebates when purchasing a new fully electric vehicle. This initiative aims to make electric vehicles more accessible and affordable for the state residents. Additionally, buyers of used electric vehicles are eligible for up to $1,500 in financial assistance, further extending the reach of the program. The incentives don't even stop at fully electric vehicles. The program also extends to plug-in hybrid vehicles, which can operate on both electricity and conventional fuel. Residents interested in taking advantage of these rebates can apply online and get the money that you deserve. Plus, Florida residents can get nearly $500 in cash this year, and it could be in addition to $2 billion in tax relief, because in December, the governor signed a bill into law that will provide more than $1 million to drivers with a toll credit. According to this law, it will give eligible residents in the state 50% credit to their account each month. The direct cash is expected to be worth more than $480 on average. Drivers must have toll accounts that are in good standing with the state, and also, while thousands of homeowners are struggling, California just announced earlier that there's 3 new groups that will be eligible for the financial aid, and your mortgages can be paid for by the federal government. Folks, I think it's good to see Joe Biden step up to the plate when the American people need him the most. But will he do this every time? Will he do this again next year as well? Tell me what you think in the comments down below.
In America today, we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth. And we have, as we will be discussing today, a broken and dysfunctional child care system. It is no great secret that the psychologists tell us that the most important years of human intellectual and emotional development are 0 through 4. That is what the psychologists tell us. Yet there are very few people, I think, who will come to the conclusion in this country that we provide our youngest children with the kind of love and care and attention.
The lawmakers are finally taking action, with many states sitting on huge budget surpluses, and several have even put forward plans to provide some direct relief to the residents. And the lawmakers do expect their residents to receive extra relief that's worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And this money could arrive in either the form of a bonus rebate check or tax credits. And folks, I want to say thank you for all your support, thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. As a way for me to show my appreciation, I like to give you guys a free $60 Amazon gift card. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel and enter the code right here on your screen. Enter the code when you're about to check out on Amazon.com. It's a free $60 Amazon gift card. And everybody, thank you so much for watching my channel and thank you for your support. Now, state governments emerging from the crisis have built historic cash surpluses as inflation and prices and wages drove up sales and even income tax collections. Now, many states are reaping another reward. They are banking millions of dollars off those surpluses as the Federal Reserve just fights inflation with higher interest rates. States ranging from Democratic-led Massachusetts to Republican-led Texas, as well as a politically divided Minnesota, are all sitting on large surpluses that are swelling even further thanks to favorable interest rates on investments. And even as legislatures prepare for the 2023 sessions, governors and lawmakers are proposing and urging to tap into these surpluses just to cover tax cuts and greater spending on priorities like infrastructure and education. Though most states can't even afford it, financial experts are nonetheless urging caution because of concerns that the U.S. could slip into a recession. And by the way, everybody, as legislature prepares for the 2023 sessions, governors and lawmakers are proposing to tap into these surpluses to cover tax cuts and greater spending on priorities like infrastructure and education, though most states cannot afford it. The financial experts are nonetheless urging cautions about this, after projecting an unprecedented $97 billion surplus in California just 7 months ago. State officials are forecasting a roughly $25 billion deficit in the next budget. California imposes higher taxes on the wealthy, and now they are lending to pendulum-type swings in tax revenues as the stock market just rises and falls. State tax revenues surged well beyond expectations after back-to-back years of double-digit percentage growth in revenues. States ended their 2022 fiscal years with a record cash because of nearly $343 billion in the reserves. But right now, folks, several states across the country are considering just a new way to help the low income financially. Unfortunately, Hawaii is not one of those states. It has been confirmed that Hawaiian lawmakers have dropped board tax relief proposals. And according to state officials, a few tax credit programs could be benefiting the low-income households and were advanced by negotiators in the state, in the House of Representatives and the Senate. And large, broad-payer tax relief programs by the governors were also dropped. The Hawaii taxpayers can expect less generous tax relief than proposed earlier this year, under a bill proposed and positioned for final votes next week at the legislature. The agreed-upon tax relief was influenced by a number of people. First of all, the plan would eliminate a retirement tax of 4.24% and expand a match of the federal earned income tax credit, which is aimed at low and middle income families. As Joe Biden begins his re-election campaign, his job approval rating among the U.S. public has slipped to 37%, the lowest ever for Joe. And Biden's approval rating has been in the low 40s percentage for most of his time. And the latest poll finds just that 83% of Democrats say they approve of his job. Do you approve of Joe Biden, everybody? Tell me in the comments.
Well, Madam President, first, let me thank all of my colleagues for their kind words during my time isolating due to COVID last week. As you can see, I've made a full recovery after experiencing